What's up, guys? Welcome back to Maverick's Point of View. So, next video in the free mini course, drop them right now. I'm ready to bring y'all some heat. This is very, very important. You need to know that there's only one of three things that can happen at any time in the market. Period. Like, the market only moves in three different ways, and I'm about to show y'all right now. It's this simple. Don't complicate it. All right, I'm going to leave the charts over here for a second while I just show y'all the only three things that could ever happen on the chart. Literally, it's always only these three things. And if you pay attention properly, you'll be able to identify this quickly, jump on the right side quickly, make money, and stay out, most importantly, when it's not favorable. The chart is going to be either favorable or unfavorable, and it's your job to find out which one it is. All right, so this, boom, 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 boom. This is what's known as an uptrend. All right. And coincidentally, this is what's known as a downtrend. Simple math, nothing crazy. So you've got your uptrend and you've got your downtrend. And then the third and only thing that can ever happen on the chart is this. It's not going to always look this perfect or like this, but that the whole point is this is called the matrix. So you want to either be in the uptrend or a downtrend and never in the matrix. And let's identify this. Okay, so I'm a big fan of the Matrix movies, by the way, so that's why I use this concept, and it honestly defines it perfectly because nobody wants to be stuck in the Matrix. That's the whole point of the movie. If you didn't watch it, go watch it now. Anyway, the Matrix is where nothing really happens. There's no defined movement, and the market is just going kind of sideways, right? So it's either going up, down, or sideways. That's it. That's all the market ever does. Simple. I know all your gurus are telling you all this, that, and the third. Look for these levels, IVG, and all this other stuff. Bro, the market does three things, and all you have to do is identify which trend it's in and jump on the bandwagon. Be on the winning team. It's that simple. So now you want to know, how do you find out what trend the market's in? I'm going to tell you. So the market is made of highs and lows. So we got highs and lows. Right? That's all that ever happens in the market. Now, the key is you have what's called higher highs, which we'll do I'll write it out first. Higher highs and higher lows. And you have lower lows and lower highs. Well, you're like, well, what does that mean, Mav? This is what it means. The market in an uptrend is consistently making new highs. So we get a higher high than we had before. So if you look, this is a higher high. And I'll identify it very simply. HH. All right. So we've got a higher high. This was a low. Notice this low right here is higher than this low. So what does that make it? A higher low. HL. That simple. All right. And so then we have another higher high. And another higher low. Etc., etc., etc. before the market just continues to take off. The point is, in an uptrend, the market is consistently making higher highs and higher lows. That's how you quickly identify it very simply. Where am I in the market? Is the market, the charts, making higher highs and higher lows? Or are we in the downtrend and it's making lower lows? So we got LLs. And then LH, lower high. What do I mean? This was a low. Then we have a lower low, meaning the market made a new low. Then we had a lower high, which is the market couldn't make a new high, so it's going down. Then we have a lower low. So the market's making another low that's even lower than the previous low, right? So the market moves like this and like this or like this. You want to stay away from this. You want to get in this, and you want to get in this, right? If I'm drawing it. So the point is, on a lower low, lower high, that's a downtrend. So you have the lower low, lower high, lower low. And I'll do another one too. Just cut it down that side. Lower high. If the market is consistently making lower lows and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs, etc., that means it's in a downtrend. It's that simple. If it's making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows, etc., that means it's in an uptrend. It's that simple. That's all you have to identify to determine what trend you want to trade on. Like what trend is going to be the trend that you're currently in, what side and what team you're playing on, and then what opportunities you're going to take based off what you see. So I like to stick with the flow of the market. If it's moving in an uptrend, I'm only looking to buy, right? And we're not going over that yet. I'm just going over the trend. So we'll get into that in another video. But if it's going in a downtrend, I'm only looking to sell, right? But first, I have to identify, is the market making higher highs or higher lows? I'm going to go over it in a second on the chart, but I want to show y'all just what it looks like on a plain version first. Now, the matrix is where the market's just going back and forth. It's not really making any new highs. It's not really making any new lows. It's just kind of staying where it's at, going back and forth in this little box, which kind of looks like this. I'll draw it even better. And it'll literally look like it's in a box. Like, it's so crazy. There's nothing dynamic going on. It's literally trapped in the matrix like it can't get out yet, right? What does this mean? I've explained it to y'all in other videos, the tech dives. This means that the market's obviously going back and forth, but that buyers and sellers are fighting for territory. Meaning buyers took over, boom, sellers took over, buyers took over, sellers took over, and they're just going back and forth fighting for territory. They're trying to see in this level who's going to take the lead, and that is what then determines a trend. So usually, if it goes up here and now does this, boom, what do we have? We have an uptrend because we got a higher high. It broke this previous high. They locked in above the previous high, and now they have a higher low because the last low is here. You understand? Higher highs, higher lows. If the chart did this instead, boom, what do we have here? We have a lower low and a lower high because the previous high was over here, right? So the market is moving in one direction, and that's when I want to trade. I don't want to trade in this. I want to trade this or this. That's simple. How do I trade it? When a candle locks in past that level. Simple. I like to trade on retest, which means the candle locks in past the level. Means, and I'll show you on the chart in a second. I'll show you the candles in a second, excuse me. The candle locks in above this level and then kind of bounces off the level that was there and keeps going. So, meaning sellers in this case took over, buyers tried to take over, but then sellers definitely took back over and they just kept going and going and going. That's where I like to buy. I like to literally sell here or sell here, etc. Right? I want to be wherever the trend is at. I want to be in the trending move. It's cool to be trending and trading. Trust me. All right, now let me get rid of this so I can actually show. Matter of fact, let's see if I could just kind of. I just realized that my camera's probably in the front, so I hope y'all could see it. But just in case you couldn't, just in case my camera was blocking it, which I don't think it was, and if it was, whatever. This is what the matrix looks like. This is a consolidating trend, meaning there's nothing going on. There's no real opportunity to take. You can take opportunity, but that's when you're getting into risky business, risky territory, and I'm not playing those games. I want to be in defined trends, meaning a clear trend, know exactly where I'm going, and not play the matrix game, right? This is called the matrix. I want to stay out of it. Simple. All right. All right, so as you guys know, I mainly trade gold. So we're going to be looking at gold and we're going to determine based off what we saw what the market's doing. Is it creating higher highs and higher lows, or is it creating lower lows and lower highs? And we need to determine which trade we're going to be in. Or is it creating no lows and no highs and it's just going back and forth fighting for territory? Well, the first thing I'm going to do, because it's so plain to me, is identify where the consolidation, aka where's the matrix we want to stay out of. So I'm going to take the top of this wick, boom, and the bottom of this wick and just make a box. Why? As you guys see, if you're looking here, just zoom into this part, right? If you're looking here, the market's just going back and forth, right? It doesn't pass this low and it doesn't pass this high for a good. Let's see, what day is that? This is the weekly chart. So, matter of fact, this was summer of last year. Crazy. So from April 25th, 21st to literally September 1st, the market was going back and forth with no real defined trend, aka no opportunity for you to really take advantage of. Summer break is usually when people take off. Now, obviously, if you want to go on lower time frames and enter the retail madness, that's your prerogative, but we're not doing that here. So, all that summer, market had no determined trend, meaning you stay and you wait until it breaks out the box. There was no real volume in the market, so there was nothing for you to take advantage of. It's that simple. Take a break, go on vacation. You should have made enough money for the beginning of the year that summer didn't even matter. That's the whole point. So, we've identified the simple, which was the matrix, right? Boom. And it didn't really do this on this time frame, but I'm just kind of showing y'all. So if I take this, there was no, if you look at this whole box, there was nothing really happening to the very end when it finally gets out, which is here, right? That looked funny. You don't even want to trade that. But now you guys clearly see what consolidation with the matrix looks like. Now this is how your chart should look. You should be able to quickly be like, okay, boom. Buyers took over. Boom, they got stopped for a little bit. Boom, buyers took over. So now there's a higher high here. Boom. Same thing here. And I can't even put, let's do this. Level. So another thing, I'll go over this in a different video. But levels, zones, it doesn't really matter. They're both the same. I just use them so I'm using a zone right now so you can just see it clearly, right? Because I know not everybody's eyes are accustomed to looking at a chart like mine. So once again, this was the new high. The buyers are moving, buyers are moving, buyers are moving. Sellers kick back in for a little bit, then buyers take back over here. This was another opportunity to get in the market. It's that simple. When it creates the new high, it locks itself in above the new high. Buyers have now taken over. I've talked about this in my tech dives. Buyers are now taking over, which means now it's time to play. Now it's time to play on the winning team. Buying is the winning team, so that's what we're doing. It's that simple. And it kind of did a little pump fake and it just kept going until now we went into summer and now we're getting this back and forth, back and forth. But as soon as it locks itself in, meaning as soon as buyers lock themselves back in right above this zone at 334.99, they locked in on September 8th. Let's say the week of September 8th was when they really locked in. As soon as they locked in above that level, we got takeoff. Boom. No drawdown. Meaning it didn't even go down in reverse at any point. If you took a buy here, you would have been not you would have been like barely negative for like a day, half a day. The market jumps, boom, 78,000 points. We caught this move. The market jumps 78,000 points in the span of, let me fix that because that's not how long the days were. So in the span of 35 days, a little over a month, the market jumps 80,000 points basically, right? Let's round up. 80,000 points, no drawdown means no possibility of being in the red, being negative, and all you're seeing is freaking blue screen trades, bro. Like, that's exactly how you want to trade. Versus all this retail madness, versus being stuck in the matrix. You wait for the right opportunity and you just jump in and execute. It's that simple every time, right? And now gold has been very, very simple for the last I'll say 2 years, because it's just been on a steady uptrend, right? Since 2024, it broke out. It's just been in a steady uptrend. And we just keep going, right? I'm gonna just keep making these until we get. This is a super small one, but it still counts. Here. So I'm gonna just mark this is the highest high of gold of all time at 5601. So I'm gonna leave that purple line there so you know that's at the top. Now, what happens? The market breaks out, like I said, boom, we got that 80,000 points movement. Beautiful trade. Market does it again. They lock in. So buyers take over, they lock in above the zone. It does that retest thing I've been telling y'all about, meaning it bounces off. Sellers try to kick back in, aka buyers taking some profits. Boom. Buyers take back over the next day or the next week because it's the next week. These are each one of these bars, these candles is a week now. Buyers take over the next week. Bro, literally, if you bought January 12th, so the next week starting the new year, boom. In literally 3 weeks, 109,000 points just from that point. That's crazy, bro. Just to give y'all a reference point, a standard lot size is one lot, right? That means each point is $1. So this trade would have been $109,000 in little under a month, bro. Literally 14 days, excuse me, in half a month. You would have had $109,000 on a standard lot size trade. Usually, you need probably about like $10,000 to $20,000 to trade that, depending on how risky you are. But 14 days to make 109,000. Hey, even if it's half of that, and it was a .5 lot, so that means 50 cents per point, bro. That's still well over $50,000. Like, bro, you're making somebody's salary in 14 days. That's trading for you, folks. Anyway, oh, you know what? Let me bring it down again so y'all can actually see it, right? Just so y'all see it. 100 and let me make it smaller just so y'all can really see it. 109,000. Like I said, 109,000 points. Ridiculous, right? And all you're doing is waiting for the right opportunity, waiting to identify the proper trend and just getting in and executing every time. It's that simple. And don't believe me, don't take my word for it. We can just look back. We can keep going back about this, right? So I gave y'all 1 entry, 2 entry, 3 entry, 4. So that's 4 entries. Monster pips, monster profit, monster opportunity that you can hold for weeks without even looking at. Like, imagine you're being able to take a trade and just sit on it for weeks without even looking at it, or just checking in there at the end of every week and knowing, oh, I'm still in profit, I'm still in profit, I'm still in profit, I'm still in profit, I'm still in profit. Like, and I'm gonna show you other skills that very simple you can take to lock in and protect your profits as well as the market goes up. But we'll talk about that in another video. We ain't get there yet. That's actually trading. We'll get there soon. Oh man, I just get so excited about the charts, bro. Y'all have no idea. All right. Okay. So this is another point I'm using just so y'all can see. Um, I think I marked this up in one of my other videos, but I'm just going over it now because I just want to show y'all what, like, again, the trend. So what happened here? Buyers had some momentum. Sellers kicked in, going back and forth, back and forth. But as you start to see what happens here, we've got a lower low, right? Because this was a low. So this was the high. Then this was the low. Then we got a lower low. Then we got a lower high. Then we got a lower low. What does that mean? That means we're in a downtrend currently. It might not be forever, but we're currently in a downtrend. So when we start to identify, oh, we've got a lower low, that automatically clicks in my mind, okay, I should probably start looking for sells now, right? I'm in a different trend. And if I just mark it up like this, lower high, right? Let me just do it quickly. Boom. Lower low. Boom. Lower low. Boom. Lower high. Boom. So we had the top high, right? So at this current time, this was the top high. It passed this previous high, right? Matter of fact, let me just give y'all the whole picture. The market was moving sideways, as you guys can see. Like, it would create a low, but then it didn't create a new high. This high got stopped. This high is stopping at where this is at, and it just keeps going back and forth. There's no real trend. If I drew a box there, you guys would see this. Boom. the market was just moving sideways for a minute. Regardless, there's still opportunity because it's a weekly time frame, so there's still opportunity on the daily time frame for that type of energy. But I'm not showing y'all that right now. Just want y'all to really see the examples of these trends, right? So again, boom, 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 boom. Like if you guys even look at it, the only time you really want to kind of try to find opportunity is here. But the previous high here, it didn't. Let's do another zone because it didn't cover it all. So I can even use that one, which I do because I use larger data. So this is for me this would have been a monthly zone, and I'll show you that in another video. But right now, keeping it simple. If you guys look at this right here, this whole matter of fact, I'll take this one away. Boom, make it simple, make it clear. When it tries to make a new high, sellers take back over because it's a seller's territory at this current time. Sellers take back over and it starts making new lows, right, and give you more opportunity, but we're not getting any higher, right? The main point of what I'm showing y'all is how the trends look. That's simple. You're looking for lower highs and lower lows, downtrend. Higher highs and higher lows, uptrend. No real higher low like this where it's just going back and forth, consolidation, the matrix. Either go down to another time frame and try to find opportunity, or leave it alone. It's your prerogative. It's up to you. That's the greatest thing about trading. It's all up to you how you want to trade and how you want to design your trading strategy. Okay, so those are the three trends. The only things that can happen, we've got uptrend, downtrend, or no trend, aka the matrix. And you want to stay away from the matrix. And also, if you're in an uptrend, you want to be looking for opportunities to buy when buyers take over. And if you're in a downtrend, you want to be looking for opportunities to sell when sellers take over. Simple. I'm only showing y'all the uptrend because we're looking at gold and that's all it's been. If you want to look at a downtrend, hey, I showed you that too, right? So I just want to give y'all a little bit of examples. Pretty much it. This has been Maverick's point of view. And I'll see y'all in the next video for the pre-meeting course. Peace.